You walk into a crowded room, zero in on a stranger, and within 2 minutes, your brain has already handed down a verdict. You decide they're unlikable, maybe they seem untrustworthy, or you get the lingering feeling they are hiding something from you. The problem is how we arrive at that verdict. We tend to take a single, isolated cue, like closed body language or a lack of eye contact, and instantly inflate it into a permanent personality trait. Reading people is an active, systematic skill, but requires overriding our brain's desire for fast, easy labels. To get real, usable data on human behavior, you have to hit pause on those initial assumptions and run your observations through a 4-part psychological filter. This analysis begins by establishing a baseline. You need to know what a person's normal, resting state looks like before you can judge their reactions. Think about a naturally quiet, introverted friend. If they achieve something massive, their reaction might just be a polite nod and a small smile. To a stranger watching from the outside, that understated reaction looks exactly like jealousy or resentment. But because you know their baseline, you know they're actually thrilled. A baseline becomes even more effective when you look for patterns over time. Say a coworker brushes past you on a Tuesday morning with a dismissive grunt instead of a hello. It's tempting to write them off as rude, but to know who they really are, you have to look at a historical timeline of their actions, rather than hyperfixating on one bad interaction. Without a baseline or a pattern to compare it to, a single reaction is just an outlier, not enough evidence to define someone's character. Behavior is also a direct reaction to unseen environmental pressures. Often, what looks like a personality trait is actually a response to the surrounding context. Imagine a job candidate sitting across from you. They seem unusually nervous, closed off, and entirely lacking in social confidence. Before you label them as a timid person, consider what's happening off-screen. They might be dealing with immense external pressure, needing this exact job just to keep their head above water. This aligns with the work of psychologist Abraham Maslow. His hierarchy of needs illustrates that a person must satisfy their foundational base of physical survival and security before they have the capacity to project higher-level traits like social confidence. The final check is internal. In many interactions, the observer is the primary source of corrupted data. If you personally value strong eye contact and equate it with honesty, you will naturally distrust anyone who looks away. You end up projecting your personal rules onto their behavior and falsely labeling them a liar. Accurate observation requires stripping away situational pressures and putting your own ego aside to see the behavioral truth that is actually left behind. Let's go back to that crowded room. You lock eyes with a stranger, but this time you apply these 4 checks. The true drivers of human behavior start to emerge. You see people operating on universal desires, trying to avoid pain, defending their egos, and managing subconscious urges. Once you stop jumping to bias actual behavioral anomalies, real indicators of deception become glaringly obvious. You'll notice when a subject unnecessarily over-explains a very simple detail, or you'll watch their timeline fracture when you ask gentle, non-confrontational questions. Slowing down our internal assumptions fosters genuine empathy. It allows us to communicate with who people actually are, rather than the quick sketches we initially assumed them to be. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, hit subscribe, and share this video to make sure you see the next installment.